One of the first things that I would highly implore you, if you don't have Google My Business profile set up, number one, the first thing is I'm going to assume everyone here has a Google My Business profile. If you don't, literally just type into Google, how do I set up a Google Business profile? Literally just go to Google Business profile, get that set up for your business. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. You need this set up in your local market. Before we go to like what we're going to go to next, the best time to ask for a Google review is not at the closing table. I'm going to say that one more time. The best time to ask for a Google review is not at the closing table. The best time to ask for a Google review is when you have delighted and surprised them. So maybe, for example, it is during a buyer presentation that you've done where you've just blown them away with information. That's a great time to ask for a Google review, not when they are focused on closing their home, because they're not focused on you. They're focused on getting the end result that they're looking for. Or maybe they've seen maybe you've negotiated a really great offer. And you know, it's maybe you've negotiated with them or found them a really great property. You just want to do a little bit earlier on in the transaction is what I'm trying to get at. And roll here. I am going to share my screen and we are going to jam today. One of the platforms that is often overlooked by multiple realtors, I find when I sit down with real estate agents or I'm doing advising specifically with real estate agents and teams, this is something that there are key components that are really going to help you drive visibility in your local market. And I'm going to give you some 4 key principles on how to optimize your Google business profile and I'm going to give you some key tactics that you can actually take today. This is not theory. These are things that you're going to be able to take today that if you implement them in your business over time, more and more people are going to have the ability to actually see you. And there's different word rankings, and we're going to get into that all today. But Google My Business Workshop, they recently changed the name to Google Business Profile. But the fundamental theory behind this today is one of my favorite marketers in the world. If you haven't read his book, Expert Secrets or .com Secrets, I would highly recommend you do. He's made a statement, and the statement is this: there's traffic you own, there's traffic you can control, and then there's traffic you can't control. What he means by traffic is eyeballs, like physical eyeballs. People on the internet is like, there are people's data that you own, there's people's data that you can control, and there's people's data that you can't control. My goal today is that you probably own traffic. You probably own some sort of name, email address, and phone number inside of your database. There's probably traffic you understand, for the most part, probably traffic you can control. That's paid advertising, Instagram, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads. All of these platforms allow you to pay to play. But then there's traffic you can't control. And this is like really search and organic. You can kind of control it. You can kind of pull the levers, but it's a little bit more difficult. But if you do these principles on your Google business profile, you can direct the traffic with the right optimization. And that's really my goal today, is that you have the ability that you're able to leave this seminar, you're able to leave this workshop with actionable insights that will actually allow you to own the market, own your digital market locally, because this is one of the most slept on platforms right now for real estate agents and for real estate teams. And if you couple this with paid advertising, if you couple your organic strategy, your SEO strategy with a paid Google or a paid YouTube or a paid Facebook strategy, you can own more traffic, which is ultimately what we consider the holy grail, having a large database of people that know you, like you, trust you. That's how real estate businesses scale. So let's dive into it. So like I said, my goal is to help you better direct your search-based GMB traffic today. That's really the goal of today. So there's 4 key principles to effective Google My Business marketing or Google Business Profile marketing. And I'm going to break down these 4 attributes, these 4 principles that are going to help you get more reach organically and optimize your business profile, so that when somebody is thinking about real estate and they go into Google or they go into and they type in best realtor in said area, best realtor in Oklahoma, that you pop up first. Let me take a sip of water and let's get into it. One of the first things that I would highly implore you, if you don't have Google My Business profile set up, number one, the first thing is I'm going to assume everyone here has a Google My Business profile. If you don't, literally just type into Google, how do I set up a Google Business profile? Literally just go to Google Business profile, get that set up for your business. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. You need this set up in your local market. So the first thing is make sure your hours of operation are accurate. If you are, I've seen far too many real estate agents and real estate team leads that they work on the weekends. They are showing homes, but their business profile shows that they're closed. That doesn't make any sense. You want to make, like, it's one of the most often overlooked things, because as a consumer, if I go to your hours and I see that you're closed, I'm less likely to give you a call on the weekends. You have to, the first thing about optimization is you have to get into the mind of the consumer. And one of the best ways to get in the mind of the consumer now is leveraging tools like ChatGPT in order to get, and I'm going to show you kind of where you can use ChatGPT on your Google Business profile to get people to search you more. And I'm going to give you key tactics, but the first thing in your optimization of your Google Business profile is make sure your hours of operation are accurate, so that if somebody Googles you and they see that you're closed on a Saturday or Sunday, they're less likely to call you. Like for me, as a consumer, if I see that you're closed, I'm not calling you. I'm just not going to call you because you're closed. That would be one of my encouragements there, is make sure that your Google My Business profile is optimized. And this is probably, if you get nothing else out of today for your Google Business profile, optimize your keywords in your name for things that people actually search. One of the mistakes that a lot of real estate agents make in their Google Business profile is they're not optimizing their profile for keyword searches. So specifically in your area. So what do I mean? So I might say something along the lines of like, my name, best realtor in said area. What I want to do, and like something you can do to figure out what are the keywords that people are searching, is it could be homes for sale in Oklahoma. It could be best realtor in Oklahoma. But the like you can see with Sheridan Street, our agency, we have Sheridan Street real estate marketing. The reason we have real estate marketing in our business profile is because that term by real estate agents is often searched. So our search ranking is higher because we have real estate marketing in our business profile listing. Now, I supplement that real estate marketing on our website as well. So when because Google wants to see that whatever you put in your business profile is on your website. So on my website, the first thing you see is Sheridan Street real estate marketing. It's very, very clear on what I do. So it might be, Tom Jones, homes for sale in Oklahoma, or best realtor in Oklahoma, the things that people are actually searching. And the best way you can do that is utilize ChatGPT in order to search what are the things that buyers and sellers are searching in my local market. And then ChatGPT will literally just throw the keywords that people are searching. It's becoming even easier with ChatGPT in order to get keywords, in order to make sure you optimize your optimization, but you have to know what to say. So what are the top things that people are searching, buyers and sellers are searching when they're making buying decisions in the state of Oklahoma? You'll give ChatGPT that specific prompt, and ChatGPT will give you all of the keywords that you essentially need in order to be effective with specifically your optimization of your name in your business profile. Like if somebody has 200, like I've ran into a lot of circumstances where somebody has 250 Google reviews, and like you don't want to try to go up against that search term, because you're not going to win unless you have 500 Google reviews. So, and we're going to get into that, but there's different nuances to like, this is why niching down works so well in your Google Business profile. Like say, for example, you're like, I'm going to be the very best waterfront specialist in my area. You could literally put your name and say waterfront, best realtor selling waterfront in area, or waterfront specialist in Peterborough, Canada. That will, like when somebody's searching Peterborough waterfront, your Google My Business profile is going to pop up, especially if it is, and I don't want to give too much away because like we're going to get into the other principles. But there's ways that you can take the optimization of your name and then supplement it with other things and other principles we're going to talk about today. One of the mistakes that I see a lot of agents make is they have no photos of themselves online. You need photos of yourself online, especially on your Google business profile, because like, again, like there's an element of trust. People are very skeptical in the online space, especially on Facebook, but even on Google, they're very skeptical of Google. How you overcome that is you tell your story. How you overcome that, and how you overcome that is you show photos of yourself in action at a restaurant. Like, for example, you have the inside, but you also have photos by the owner. So I would add at least 3 photos to each category, to your interior page, your exterior, and your team. And if you have a team, this is an example of a photo that we have posted. I flew out my team to Argentina. We did an event, and that's literally a photo of my team. So when somebody clicks on the Google business profile, they can see that we're real people. And that matters because it allows you to humanize the listing. If there's anything I can get across is you need to humanize your profile. You need to show people that you are a human, that you are just like them. And the best way to do that with your Google business profile is making sure that you have photos attached to the area, especially photos that are in your local market. Like, because if you're serving a local market, especially photos that they can relate to. Like, for example, I grew up in Peterborough, Canada. So if I saw real estate photos, if I was considering real estate and I saw a real estate agent photos in a specific restaurant that is really well known in the area, I'm more likely to be like, okay, this guy knows my city, and that matters. And the best way you do that is through optimizing your business profile. And I'm gonna give you some tips a little bit later on how you could actually show up on Google Maps, how your photos, like I'm gonna give you some really cool hacks today that you're gonna be like, oh, you can do that? It's going to get really good. So like I said, add a photo of people in your first photo, make sure listing is relatable. Then this is so important. This is often overlooked for your SEO. And I see really large teams with a lot of Google reviews miss this. ChatGPT has made this even easier. Ensure that you've added all your services that you offer based on keywords that your ideal customer might be searching. So inside of your Google business profile, there's an option to list your services. What are people searching? Find out what your home is worth in the market. That's a commonly search term. That should be listed as a service on your business profile with then a description of what you do in that service, what separates you from everyone else in the marketplace around that specific service. This is our 3-step process on how we get you the price you want at the terms you want. This is our process of how we do that. And you explain that in the services folder of Google My Business Optimization. So making sure you have a detailed description for each service. And it's become so easy with ChatGPT. And if you haven't experimented with ChatGPT, I would highly encourage you to, because you could essentially type out, find out what your home is worth in the market, and then give ChatGPT a prompt saying, write me a description of this specific service. This is the service. Write me a description that is most likely going to get a seller to consider me aside from every other real estate agent in my local market of Oklahoma. And ChatGPT will write you a description. And obviously you got to edit it a little bit, but it's become so easy for you to write service descriptions that are, and I would even in that prompt, I would say, make sure that there are keywords attached to the service of other keywords that people are searching in the service description. And ChatGPT will begin to spit out keyword-based service descriptions that people are actually searching, so that your listing will rank higher than everyone else when they go to search best realtor in Oklahoma. This is really important, especially in the day and age where people want things immediately. They want to have immediate conversations. So the first thing before I get into this is number one, you need your phone number attached to your Google business profile. And number two, you need to pick up your phone. Number one, you need to have your phone number attached to your business profile. And number two, you need to pick up your phone, or you need to hire an assistant who can pick up the phone for you. Because we live in a day and age, especially in real estate, where I know for a fact I work with hundreds of agents that we make thousands and thousands of calls every month. The agents that win in the online presence space, number one, they always pick up their phone, or number two, they always have somebody that can pick up their phone, because people want immediate responses. I have a fundamental belief that all conversion happens in conversation. And how you do that is one of two things. Make sure that you have a Calendly link to your business profile, so that somebody, if they're not ready to call you right away, they can click the button right away and they can book into your calendar, and you can have a conversation with them about buying or selling real estate. That's super important. This is gold. This is gold, 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 gold. Make sure your site backs up the locations you want to rank for, i.e. best realtor in Oklahoma. Have a page in your site, on your website, that links to a service or links to something on your website. This is great for video testimonials. So say, for example, you have a site like a client testimonials that you link to. Make sure that all of your relevant service areas are there as well. But having a page specifically dedicated towards like client testimonial wins backs up your credibility and your statement that you are the best realtor in Oklahoma. Because there's no better proof than somebody else telling the person on the other end of the computer that you are actually the best realtor in Oklahoma, and they followed your 3-step process and they ended up getting $70,000 over asking for their home. And that was because of that was because Al, has these videos on a specific page. So you want to back up your statement that you're the best realtor in Oklahoma. This is a mistake I see happen so often in optimization of business profile. Make sure you've chosen all of your relevant service areas on your business profile. So what I mean by that is, like, I work in all of Canada and the US. If you work in Orange County, you better make sure that you have Orange County in the service areas. But if you also work in Santa Monica, you need to make sure that that is Santa Monica as well. You want to make sure that the end consumer knows all the service areas that you actually cover as a real estate agent, or you cover inside of your business. That's super important. And I see that missed a lot when we do optimizations or we do audits of Google My Business Profile. This is also really massive, is FAQs, like questions and answers. Like, people, when they come to your page, they already have questions. But the cool thing about questions and answers is you can answer those questions. And if you want to know where to get the commonly asked questions that people are asking, there's a program that we use called answerthepublic.com. Again, it's answerthepublic.com. And what it does is it scours the internet for all the questions that buyers and sellers or people are asking online about the process of buying and selling real estate. So you could ask, like, for example, I'm answering my own question. I'm answering the questions that people are already asking. What platforms will you advertise on my business? We run ads on Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, TikTok. So what could that be for you? How much money do you need saved for a down payment for a home? Then type into ChatGPT. It's like, what's the best way to kind of explain this answer that actually gets them to reach out to me? Again, all conversion happens in conversation. So every single answer that you give somebody should direct them in your FAQ towards have a conversation with them. So if you keep hearing me say to use ChatGPT, it's because you should use ChatGPT. You should use these tools like SEM Crush. There's another one. And Answer the Public. Those are the 3 tools right now that I think everyone should 100% learn how to use in their business profile, or make sure that their marketing person on their team understands how to use these tools. Or if you're considering hiring somebody, asking questions about, what do you know about ChatGPT? Because it's like the people that understand how to use ChatGPT, SEM Crush, Answer the Public, those are the marketers and those are the real estate agents that are not going to get put out of business, because they're going to utilize the AI in such a way in order to speed up the direct response of the end consumer, because they're going to give them everything they need in order to be effective in the online space. So FAQs to your listings. I want to get to Google reviews because like when people think about optimization of business profile, it's kind of like the first thing that they think about, like as far as ranking, but there's certain things that you need to consider in order to have an effective ranking on your Google business profile. And I want to walk you through what some of these things are, some of these things we implement for our clients, some of the things that we encourage them to do. So why Google reviews? I'm just going to walk you through this really quickly. I assume that you know. Google reviews help to improve local search ranking. So the more reviews you have, the higher trust factor that Google will have, and the higher it will push the ranking of your specific profile. Google reviews promote customer trust. According to stats, about 55% of online consumers read at least 4 reviews before making a purchase. And if you think about even your purchase behavior, and that's why earlier on I chatted about even the concept of it's so important to think like from the mind of a consumer, because then we make better marketing decisions. If we think from the mind of a consumer, we make better marketing decisions, and we market the way the consumers want to be marketed to. And we also listen to stats as well. We know that the average realtor follows up with leads 1.4 times, but it takes 35 times to actually get somebody on the phone. All of those stats really matter in our decision-making processes around our optimization of our profile. And then Google reviews can help boost your click-through rate, which is an extremely important metric for SEO, search engine optimization. The higher the number is, the more likely that you will attract new people to your site, which is ultimately what Google business profile is doing. You're getting the traffic there, then you're giving them more information on the profile, and then you're sending them to the website to get them to convert. And sometimes they'll convert right on the profile. One of the best things you can do is ask your clients to leave SEO specific reviews. So if you want to rank for best realtor in Oklahoma, you want to create a template that includes best realtor in Oklahoma. So you want to make sure that you're directing in a way where it's like, here's a template to use, kind of fill it in and tell maybe a little bit of a story about our time working together. But the more that the end consumer, the more that your clients, happy clients, can reiterate the terms that you want to search for, the higher ranking you'll have. So so you can strategically do Google My Business reviews. And even if you've just done Google My Business reviews, like you're already winning, but there's a way to be strategic about it. So one of my good friends, you might know her, Glenda Baker, they implement this in their local market. And Glenda, if you don't know her, you're probably living under a rock, because Glenda is massive, like on TikTok, and she's essentially become an online celebrity, and everyone in her local area knows about her. And this is actually something that she implements inside of her business is she gives her clients templates in order to rank higher on Google. So you should do it too. How to get Google reviews. A lot of people struggle to get their clients to give them Google reviews. There's a few different things. Before we go to what we're going to go to next, the best time to ask for a Google review is not at the closing table. I'm going to say that one more time. The best time to ask for a Google review is not at the closing table. The best time to ask for a Google review is when you have delighted and surprised them. So maybe, for example, it is during a buyer presentation that you've done where you've just blown them away with information. That's a great time to ask for a Google review, not when they are focused on closing their home, because they're not focused on you. They're focused on getting the end result that they're looking for. Or maybe maybe you've negotiated a really great offer. Maybe you've negotiated with them or found them a really great property. You just want to do a little bit earlier on in the transaction is what I'm trying to get at. But this is a way to ask past clients for Google reviews, and we run this campaign, and it really does work. So you run this reactivation campaign to all past clients and immediately boost your amount of online Google reviews. It's really simple. You're going to run a draw for a $100 Amazon gift card. You're going to send this as an email and a text message to all the past clients in your database. You're going to say, Hey, Cody, this is Cody from your real estate office. We're doing a customer appreciation giveaway. You could win a $100 gift card. It takes 10 seconds. Here's the link directly to the Google. And then they just, text me text me back to make sure you get added to the draw. So it's a draw for $100 Amazon gift card. You're going to hit them 2 days later if they don't actually physically fill out the draw. You're going to say, just a reminder, we're doing a $100 Amazon gift card. Here's the link. And then 5 days later, don't forget $100 Amazon gift card. You're going to send 3 messages and you're going to remove the people that have already applied. So this is a really, really simple way in order to get more Google reviews. Like I mentioned earlier, every single conversion happens in conversation, especially in real estate. Google My Business messaging, please make sure this is enabled on your Google business profile. We have a fundamental belief that, people, clients text and so should you. And that's how conversion happens, either through calls or emails or through text messages. Having that chat widget where people can immediately connect with somebody is super important. So Google actually has, you can just turn it on in the back settings of Google, but making sure that this is installed and this is enabled on your profile is super important, so that they can immediately get to you and you can get them an answer right away. So that's super important. Google My Business messaging. And the fourth principle is publishing. Publishing is so important. Posting updates and driving people to a specific landing page. So and you don't have to overthink this, like take the content you're already publishing on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever platform you're publishing content on and update, because Google as a platform, and same with your website, like you should be updating your content on your website regularly, like updating a blog, because Google and SEO, what they like new things, they like new content on the page. And you'd be surprised the amount of traffic that you can drive for free to your website simply by posting content and updating, publishing content to your Google My Business profile, your Google business profile. So posting updates and you can drive them to a landing page. So I literally, our strategy is literally this. We take our content and that we're posting on Instagram right now, and we're going to essentially create a whole separate strategy, but I'm just taking the content we're posting on LinkedIn and I'm just publishing it to the page. And the search of our actual website has gone through the roof since publishing daily to the platform. So I would aim to at least post 3 times a week and treat Google My Business profile like social. Just treat it like a social platform. Search engine prioritize, like I said, new and enriched content, and you're more likely to rank higher in organic when you keep your listing up to date with good content. Especially like we said, the FAQs, the service listings. That's how you boost your ranking, especially in your local market. This is the ninja hack that I was chatting about earlier. It's called geotagging your photos. This will give you more of an opportunity to rank, not just on your ranking, but rank in the area. So say, for example, I'm in Peterborough, Canada, and I'm at a really famous restaurant. If I want to rank high locally, I can actually take a photo in that restaurant. I can upload the photo and geotag the photo and then upload it to Google, and my photo will rank in the area. It's a ninja hack that essentially, if you're not well known to an area, posting 5 times a day and just uploading your photos, like say, for example, I'm at a coffee shop that everyone works at. I'm going to take a photo there and I'm going to upload it to geoimager.com. It'll add an auto geotag to the photo, and then I'm going to upload it to my business profile. And then I'm going to start ranking local SEO. And when my photos will populate on, on Google Maps. So geotag photos of local restaurants, geotag photos of you at prominent locations in your neighborhood, geotag photos of other prominent locations like schools can all help you in your ranking locally. So that is all I got for you today. That is kind of like a high level overview on how you can be kind of like a Google business profile ninja that will really help you increase your ranking, increase your visibility in order to drive more eyeballs towards you, which ultimately allows you to create more conversations. And the fundamental belief is all conversion happens in conversation. This is I hope you got a ton of value today. I hope you were able to take some things, up level your Google business profile so that you can get more visibility, you can get more seen, and ultimately have a larger reach in your local community and help more people locally buy, sell real estate, or, or specifically, if you have a bricks and mortar type business, that you have more people walk in directly to have a conversation with you about, your services, have a conversation with you about what you do in order to help them in your local market.